A lot of young people feel as though content is not created for them. They feel like content, especially the so-called MSM, the mainstream media, is made in a condescending manner, and it's patronizing, and it's not sincere.
I dearly, dearly appreciate it.
How was it meeting Bill Clinton?
Bill looked in my eyes. He looked at me and he said to me, "Hi." And I went, that was directed at me and nobody else. I think he really likes me. This is new for me. This has never happened before. God, I'm so embarrassed.
But he walks into the room and he changes the room, right?
He changed everything. And you know what? There were 120 people who are now in love, who are now going to vote for Hillary. Go figure. So
you're getting 1,000 page views a day on your blog?
Amazingly.
And what's the blog about?
It's called chickaboomer.com, and it's aimed at baby boomers, but it really isn't. It's just, I was an ex-news person, and now I get to say whatever the F I want.
But even just now, you'll notice she edited herself.
The internet is the most influential source of information for opinion leaders. Young people now are consuming more content online than all forms of media combined. So create some YouTube video that's associated with the interview you do or whatever. You know, guys, most of the stuff on YouTube today is taken with cell phone video cameras. You don't need a fancy studio or equipment. If you have good content and you're doing interviews and you've absolutely got good content, start taping it and put, consumable bites on YouTube, and you can embed them in that XML page as well.
You need to be everywhere with your programming, and podcasting is an excellent way to achieve that. When it first came out, mostly innovators and early adopters were into this technology. But now, over time, we're seeing an improvement with the types of people, more middle Americans, who are adopting and listening to podcasts. Podcasting has a positive impact on listening to your terrestrial station. It does not detract from terrestrial radio listening. Mainstream podcast fans prefer the kind of programming that they're used to hearing on terrestrial radio.
I don't know whether to talk to you there, or here, or there.
The trick is to look into the lens, in the mirror.
Alcoholics, narcotics, cocaine addicts. Most recently, we had a lot of traction with Crystal Meth Anonymous. We did that... Overeaters. But crystal meth's turning out to be the epidemic in the country right now, and it's hitting the coast pretty hard. But really where it's killing people is in the middle, in the heartland. So, we had the mothers of crystal meth addicts on. It's a pretty compelling story.
I went to buy Sudafed.
Oh, yeah, and they asked you for ID about the Sudafed,
and they give you the Sudafed PE.
Yeah.
The P stands for placebo. If you want the real good stuff, you got to flash a badge. And
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's
but the main thing, Holland, to keep in mind is that everybody knows somebody that's in recovery, and we have this voyeuristic kind of quality to our show where people can kind of listen in without actually having to go to a meeting and just get an idea for what that's all about.
You know what's revolutionary about this? It's talk radio, and you're not obsessed with Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama.
Absolutely.
It's something that actually matters to people.
What a concept.
Rule number 1 for any industry trade show, comfortable shoes. How tight do you have to control it, or do you just let them write whatever they want?
Well, we started it and we just let it be wide open. And we found that there were people coming in vandalizing the front page so they could get as much attention as they could for their vandalism. And so what we did was we locked down just the front page, and then we sort of created a SysOp, a system operator class for specific users, listeners that are really into the show, dedicated P1-style listeners. And so we sort of hand out those SysOp privileges to them and say, okay, well, you're in control of the wiki. If you see something vandalized, you have the power to change it back, and that sort of thing. So you have a sort of a small cadre of P1s that you give that power to, and you trust that they're going to take care of the site. And they do. I've never edited one single thing on the 1,350 pages on our wiki.
Here in our suite at the Embassy Suites, we're going to use the mirror over the minibar to answer an email I got from somebody who has seen the videos I'm putting on YouTube and asked what equipment, what should I do to get on YouTube myself? How can I vlog to add to my blog? And I've been using this little gizmo, the RCA Small Wonder. Will you look at that? Fits right in your shirt pocket, and here's my favorite feature. It's a little switchblade USB plug. And that will go right into your laptop, which may have come preloaded with video editing software. My computers all came with Windows Movie Maker and no instructions necessary. I've never even read the little manual booklet that came with this. It also comes with a cord so you can output this into your television set and watch and listen to the videos that you've shot. So it's the RCA Small Wonder, and if you go to hollandcook.com, you will see the link where you can buy one of these cheapest.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Jerry Doyle, who was a guest on my show, and I said, hey, this guy can do a radio show. Now on how many stations, Jerry? 3. No, how many? How many? 240 stations. How many am I on? 4, 5? You suck, Doyle. Rusty Humphreys. If they did cut off his head, it would make a perfect bowling ball. It's perfectly round. Laura Ingram, I remember the last time we had our TRN family together. Who's the lesbian on the staff? What's her name? Tammy what? Tammy Bruce making out with a woman. Laura's all offended. It was very. Jerry's wanting to videotape it. Savage is pissing on a bum, yelling about something. It's a great family we have. Anyway, we're glad to be part of this. Glad to be part of this great event. And of course, nothing I say is as funny as what you would have said, right?
This is the part you don't see on the radio. This is the this is one of 7 tattoos, and here's one of the others.
And it says Lammy, not Leslie.
And we can't really show you the rest of them because this is
They're invisible sections.
yeah
but
this is radio.
I'm not picking up my dress.
Money pit.
That won't be disclosed.